Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about the response, the reaction, or lack thereof, from the Republican Party when it comes to former President Trump's recent statements about the U.S. Constitution. For the most part, there hasn't been one. It's been crickets. For the most part, the Republican Party seems to have adopted a strategy, and we're going to talk about that strategy. But first, I do want to point out that we are talking about most of the Republican Party. There are some exceptions to what I'm saying. Mike Turner is an example of one. Very clearly, vehemently disagreed with the idea of terminating the U.S. Constitution. Liz Cheney came out and called him an enemy of the Constitution. There are a few Republicans speaking out, but there aren't many, and they are exactly who you would expect them to be. For the most part, it appears that the Republican Party would just like to ignore him and hope he goes away. Best exemplified by Representative Joyce and the comments that were made in response to these questions. Because he was asked, how he felt about it. And he was basically like, you know what? I don't even need to respond to that. It doesn't matter. He's not going to win the primary anyway. So we don't have to worry about that thing that he said about shredding the U.S. Constitution. We just don't need to talk about it. General tone. But in the same interview, he was later asked if he would support Trump if he became the nominee. And he said he would support whoever the Republican nominee is. So he would support a Republican nominee who wanted to terminate the Constitution. That's only part of the reason this strategy won't work. Here's the thing. Owning the libs, that's not a winning electoral strategy for a general election. Trashing rhinos, that totally wins a Republican primary. And that's exactly what Trump's going to do. If they don't stand up to him, he very well might win the nomination. They have to stand up to him now. Because if they don't, he will run over them during that primary. And if he does that, once he has the nomination, well, they'll support whoever wins the nomination. If they don't stand up to him now, he very well might turn the Republican Party into the anti-Constitution Party because they won't stand up to him. And it's the silence shows how performative their love of country is and the love of Constitution. You got McCarthy there saying that he wants to read the Constitution on the House floor, and that's what he would do if he was Speaker, but has said nothing about the de facto leader of the Republican Party saying he wants to terminate the Constitution. That seems odd. It's almost like reading the Constitution on the House floor is just a show for those people who still believe in those silly notions. That's what it seems like. And for those who would say that Trump was just, being Trump and being full of hyperbole, and that's not really what he meant, it's worth noting he doubled down on it. There are those who tried to reframe what he said and twist it. No, he doubled down on it. He said that the situation called for an unprecedented cure, quote. That cure, of course, being, destroying the U.S. Constitution. This isn't going to go away. The Republican Party can't ignore this because they have to look at the chain of events and understand what happened. Trump had dinner with somebody who is known for openly calling for dictatorship. And not long after, Trump is saying to terminate the U.S. Constitution. This isn't going to go away. This is going to be his new build the wall. The mild pushback, the Republican Party seems to think it's going to be enough. Nope, it won't. If they don't push back and push back hard, not just will he stand a much better chance of winning the primary, if he wins, he's going to go through with it. He's going to try to. Because, well, they'll support him if he's the nominee. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.